Good evening, guys. I'm Joe Bates. I'm here at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. I'm doing a review of every day that I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival as a way to promote my own show with Luke Chilton. It's Journeys of the Mind and the Megabus, every day 1 p.m. at the Golf Tavern. I'm using this channel to also criticise other people's shows or suggest logistical reasons why you shouldn't go to those shows if they're actually good. But yes, I'm going to combine day 8 and day 9 in this review because they were both, well, quite boring, I guess. Not a great deal happened. I'm sort of getting used to it, getting into the routine now. And it's getting a little bit tiring, I guess. So tonight, the reason I'm doing it in the evening rather than the morning is because I am having a nice, relaxing night in, a rest and it's essential. I'm an expert on Edinburgh Fringe, like how to survive the Edinburgh Fringe now after 8 days, and it's essential that you look after yourself. So I've got some wine, some red wine tonight. I'm got some Giovanni Rama filled pasta. I would suggest the vegetarian version because it's very tasty, and meat is murder. And also I've got myself a little Tunnocks caramel waver. And I'm in watching the Liverpool-Norwich match, and yeah, it's great. It's just, I feel like an everyday sort of Bridget Jones with this sort of setup. I've got the flat to myself, it's great. But yeah, the shows have been going good the last couple of days. Yesterday we only had 4 in, which, is not many, but at the same time, 4 people can generate a hell of an atmosphere. And by and large they did. It was good, and we had a nice chat afterwards, made some connections, got some new Instagram followers, and that's what it's all about. It's not really about the comedy, it's just about increasing your reach. I don't really have too much. And today actually we had another show. It went quite well. It was 8 people in this time, which is great. We're increasing steadily, and if we keep on increasing by 4 a day, which is I think inevitable now, we'll be competing with the local shows in the area. So take that, Thai Lady Boys of Bangkok. Just for a bit of context, that's, if you haven't seen the previous episode, that's a show local to the area. I'm not just having a dig at Thai Lady Boys. In fact, I still feel very uncomfortable saying that as a word. I can't believe it's the name of the show, really. But yeah, so the last couple of days have been relaxed. I've just been trying to recuperate a little bit. I noticed the last one was very heavily focused on class hatred and antidepressants. And I watched it back and thought, it's not the most uplifting watch. So I decided just to keep it lighter today, keep it a bit shorter. One thing I've done whilst here, I felt a little bit like the last couple of days I've readjusted my expectations. Like to begin with, I was thinking, if I'm not massive by the end of August, I've failed in the eyes of everyone. But actually, I'm just going to use it to get more experience, to try chat to people, and blah blah blah. So, and also just to try and have like a little bit of a month to myself. You don't get this time very often. So I've actually been it's the night edition, this one, so we can get personal. I'm drinking wine, so let's open up. I'm back on the apps, the dating apps. I've been single for 4 years now, after my ex-girlfriend died. In my eyes, she died. In my eyes, she's still alive, but I think I haven't heard from her in a while. But dead to me, and it was a long relationship. So, but now, and I've tried the apps a couple of times, but the apps are not for me generally. I never have any luck with them. So I downloaded some of the sort of different apps, like the sort of knockoff apps, to see if I have any more luck with them. I've downloaded Tinder, a dating app for sensitive lovers. I've also downloaded Hench, which is where you can meet up with grime artists, try and get a relationship going with them. And I've also got Spinstergram, which is where you can meet up with spinsters, basically. It does what it says on the tin. And that's a good one for me because, I've always wanted to fuck a wealthy dowager. Shouldn't really swear like that, but I'm getting a bit Sex in the City with the old wine, so it feels good, to be honest. It feels good. But the only one, yeah, that's I haven't had any luck on any like that's all those dating apps are made up. I've downloaded the legit like the sort of actual dating apps, and I'm not really having any luck. One of the problems is my main picture is the best picture of me is me at a wedding with a woman who is very dressed up, and it does look like I'm married in that photo, and I'm desperately trying to have an affair. But it's the best photo of me, so what can you do? So that might be the reason, or it might be because I'm 33 and I've listed stand-up comedy as my job. I don't know, like I like unpaid stand-up comedy. I do mention that in my profile that I don't get paid for it. So just another couple of things. I'm sort of doing this as a bit of a way to make sure I remember everything that happened because it's a bit of a blur. So I've seen some good shows. So actually Taught Maze yesterday with Lorraine Hoodless and Rachel Connor. It's don't go and see that because they're getting more people than us anyway. But it is a really good show, and yeah, it's great. I also saw a charity benefit last night, which was good. I'm rattling through. I'm already realising I've smashed the 6 minute mark, and people are already going to be switching off. I did some networking last night. Did some networking. Stayed out till really late, chatting to people, mostly about the class system and why I am why I'm not doing as well because I didn't go to private school. So made some good connections there with other comedians. Some of them looked a little bit uncomfortable with the conversation, but it was okay overall. And also made this really nice connection. There's a guy who runs a night in Nunhead, a fellow comedian who performed at the charity night last night. And he is basically, I don't know if people remember the Simpsons scene where Milhouse meets another Milhouse, and like he went through the exact same experience as him. And Milhouse says, "Oh, this is what it feels like when doves cry." Well, it did feel like doves crying last night because he was a guy from Leeds, which is not too far away from me. His mum has like broke up with their dad, and embarked on a lesbian relationship with a person called Jackie, and my mum did the exact same thing with a person called Julie. It sounds like their situation is a lot less bleak in some ways than ours, but it was just so beautiful. And I did feel like crying, and I'm slightly worried, given that I did drink quite a lot, that it was just me speaking to myself in the mirror at the end of the night and forgetting the name of my mum's lesbian partner. But hopefully not, because that was a real moment. I did feel like I was going to cry. I'd forgotten to take my antidepressants yesterday, so I could feel stuff again, and that was definitely a feeling. But yeah, so I think that's it. So I don't really have much to do. There won't be one tomorrow. I was going to do one every day, but I've reviewed both days at once because I'm just going to Liverpool. This is a formality. I don't know what I'm watching this for, but at the same time, I'm just going to not do anything for the rest of the night. I'm going to have my wine. Going to have my Giovanni Rama Phil pasta, only £2.25 in Sainsbury's at the moment. I'm going to have my Tunnocks caramel wafer, and this night is my night, and it should be your night as well. Enjoy your Friday night. Yes, come to see my show, Jenny's and the Man in the Big Bus, 1 p.m, Golf Tavern, every single day. Please come every single day because we do always need people. I mean, we always need a lot of people. It's a big room. So, yeah, have a nice evening. Good night. Bye.